Hi everyone, welcome to public relations classes. So this is our first class on public relations. Okay, this is just an introduction to public relations. Okay, so most of you have heard about public relations, but so if I ask you what is public relations, you would be saying media relations or community relations, or you have different answers. So here, just I'm trying to give you an idea about public relations. What is public relations? What public relations does actually? Okay, so public relations and introduction. Okay, so public relations is commonly called as PR, is an activity aimed at increasing communication and understanding between an organization and its individuals or groups. So it's actually basically creating an interest about something, like especially I mean, you are familiar with this celebrity public relations and all, so you'd have heard about this celebrities doing public relations. What actually they are doing, they are kind of creating a good image about themselves, in the society, or in the target audience. Okay, so PR is concerned with creating goodwill, understanding and building up a favorable climate in which an organization can function well. So this is basically like they're creating a goodwill, a reputation for themselves or for the company. Yes, totally a favorable climate so that the organization can function well. Public relations. So public relations is a two-way communication process. I told you public relation is a communication process. So it is two-way process where messages and information are just as important as that are received. Okay, the same applies to public relations. It is all about communicating with others, either through the spoken word or written word, or by using a visual or some other means. So basically this is also communication. So public relations is also communications. So you are communicating to your public through spoken word, written word, or by using a visual or some other means. Now online platforms and all available, so people are boosting themselves using these online platforms and all. Okay, then the next is communication and public relations are linked to each other. I told you public relations is a sort of communication. Okay, so they are linked to each other and play an important role in the wide variety of ways through our lives. So public relations involves a two-way communication process between an organization and public. So if you are doing a celebrity PR, so you are the organization there. Okay, so it is a two-way communication process between organization and its public, and communication with a view to change the mindset of the people. Okay, so that is very important. So you are trying to change the mindset of the people by doing PR. So two things. So this is a two-way communication between you and me, or an organization and public, and also it is you are trying to actually through public relations you are trying to change the mindset of your public. So whoever, like if teacher and students, of course, so teacher, suppose teacher and students, the teacher is doing PR, so the teacher, so it is a communication between the student and the teacher. So the teacher is trying to so probably you have a bad a bad what do you call, impression about your teacher. So what will you do? So the teacher will try to change your mindset by doing different things, probably more of interaction, and there are different tools available, so like that. Okay, and again, it is important to understand that communication here public relations is a receiver phenomenon. Okay, so here the importance is given to the receiver. Okay, so receiver is important here, and it is controlled not by the center but rather by the receiver, or in other words audience. So here you can see that it is controlled by the audience. I mean, you can do, okay, you can use different tools and you can try to impress people, but who actually decides? The audience. Okay, then next is the most important aspects of public relation is to focus on the key public. I told you public relations is it is an understanding between an organization and its public. So key public is, or the people who receive the communication, is very important in the public relations scenario. Okay, if you take if you take a hospital as organization. Okay, I told you it's a connection between organization and the public. Okay, it's an understanding between the organization and the public. So you are trying to impress people. Hospitals are trying to impress people because they want more patients, right? So their public's patients. Okay, if you take merchants, so customers are their public. If you take schools, students are their public. If you take television, the viewers are their public. Okay, so why different television channels are competing with each other and to raise their TRP rating, to improve their TRP rating? Because they want more audience, then only they will get more advertisement, then only they will get more revenue. So everybody has an intention in their mind. Okay, then the next is PR creates a situation whereby the public is well disposed to a company and its products. The success of a government or a company or corporate is 90% good works and 10% publicity. Reversing this proportion will be futile. So sometimes you can say that it's more of publicity and the work is less, but truly, in a PR scenario or in a PR context, if you take, you can say that the corporate or the company has to do 90% of their work, then 10% of PR of course will help them to improve their status in the society. See, next is definition of PR. It is very important. You have to by heart it. Okay, definition of PR, and there is a definition which is very common and it is accepted by all different public relations organizations all over the world, and it is an accepted widely accepted definition of public relations. Okay, the Institute of Public Relations, IPR, established in 1948. Is UK's leading professional body for public relations practitioners. So the definition framed by the IPR is still useful. Okay, if you take any book, you can see your book, the definition of PR, you can find n number of definitions that is there, but still you can see that all the definitions, all the sections start with this particular definition. So public relations is a deliberate, planned, sustained effort to establish and maintain a mutual understanding between organization and its public. So you can see that public relations is a deliberate. So that is the most important terminology in public relations. It is a deliberate thing. So you are doing it deliberately, but people won't know. Okay, so you're doing it deliberately. The next is, it is a planned effort. Then you have to sustain that effort to establish and maintain a mutual understanding. So you can see that an understanding, so probably you can say a mutual understanding. So I missed that here. Okay, a mutual understanding between an organization and its public. So I told you it's a deliberate, so purposefully you are doing it. Planned, so you have specific plan for all your activity, and it is sustained effort. You have to sustain it. You are not just starting a thing, you have to sustain it. Okay, and so effort to establish and maintain. So what you are establishing there, a mutual understanding. So you are establishing a mutual understanding between whom? Organization and its public. If it is a hospital, then the patients. If it is a college, then the students. If it is it's a company, then obviously it's the merchants. The buyers. Okay. So this is a very important definition. So I want you to by heart this definition. Okay, there are other two definitions also. You can read this, you can go through this. These are all very simple definitions. Okay, public relations involves information, activities and policies by which corporations and other organizations seek to create attitudes favorable to themselves and their work, and to encounter adverse attitude. Okay, it's self-explanatory. And other is PR as the management function that identifies, establishes and maintains a mutually beneficial relationship between an organization and its public, on whom its success or failure depends. So it is, again, you can say that it is a copy, not a copy, but they have taken certain point from the previous definition. Okay. So next, you need to understand what is it. People get confused. Okay, what is advertising? What is PR? So you have to understand these two concepts. That is very important. Okay, and PR, I told you, PR is a non-paid form and advertising is a paid form. So that is the first difference you can see in advertising and PR. So if you take in advertisements, you say, we are a great company. Suppose I am a company, I can say, okay, Sonia is a great company. Okay, but in PR, what you do is like you make others say that, oh, Sonia is a great company. Okay, so I just used my name. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, so that is the difference between public relations. Okay, you use different tools. Okay, you can say that advertisements are tools of public relations. Okay, you use advertisements to attract people. So they say, okay, this company is really good, they have plenty of advertisements there. Yeah, maybe they are good. So you can say that. Okay, sometimes you see some newspaper clippings and you read about the company and what the company is doing, all that stuff, and you have an impression that okay, it's come in newspaper, so you can actually believe this company. I think their products are good. Why can't we try this thing for just once? Okay. So that is basically advertising and public relations. So advertising, you say we are a great company, and PR, the people will say, oh, they are a great company, or the media will say they are a great company. So see the difference. And advertising is a paid form. You need to pay for it. And this is a non-paid form. Even though you say it's a non-paid form, you have to spend certain money for this campaigns and all that stuff. Okay, that you should have a certain kind of understanding between your public relations agency or your in-house corporate communication department. Okay. Then again another interesting this. Okay, this is a photograph I received from the Google. I mean, I got it from the Google. Okay, so it says advertising. It says I am trustable. I'm trustable. I'm trustable. So you talk to the public. You tell the public, okay, I'm trustable. I'm trustable. I'm trustable. And in public relations, you say, believe me, the brand, I mean, the media will say, the people will say, your newspaper will say, and your other tools will say, your online, your social media will say, okay, believe me, you can trust this brand. Okay, they are really good. So which is more credible? Which has more credibility? Obviously, the public relations. That's why people are spending a lot of money for public relations. So advertising in general is referred to as hard sell, and PR is termed as a soft sell. So advertising, what you say about yourself or the organization, but PR is what others say about your organization. So this is very important. Okay, so PR is what others say about you. So that has more credibility. That's why people or the brands are going behind PR. Okay. Then and I told you it's advertising is non-personal. So advertising, and there is a standard definition for advertising as well. Okay, that it says advertising is a paid form of non-personal presentation of ideas, goods and services. So two things you can say. One is it's a paid form, second one is non-personal presentation of ideas. So there is no no personal connection with the public. You just say, okay, I'm good, people will mostly people will hear it, otherwise they will just reject it. Okay. So that is the difference between PR and public relations and advertising. Okay. Next is okay, next we'll discuss in the next session. Okay. Sorry, I just want to include a few more points. Okay, that is about two organizations related to public relations society. Public relations organizations. The first one is PRSI, that is Public Relations Society of India. So that is obviously like in India, and established in 1958, and the society has individual, associate, corporate and student membership. PRSI brings out a quarterly journal, Public Relations, to promote the cause of this profession. Okay, so mainly these organizations, they promote public relations. So people will know about it, and people will start practicing it. Okay, and the society is affiliated to International Public Relations Association. So that is an apex body of this thing. So we will move on to that. That is International Public Relations Association. Okay, so the International Public Relations Association was set up as a para-national organization in May 1955. So they have two objectives. Okay, one is to raise standards of public relations practice in various countries. So first one is to improve the standards of public relations practice in various countries, and the next one is to improve the professional quality and efficiency of public relations practitioners. So these are the two things. And this IPRA has also adopted something called a code of conduct for the public relations practitioners, so that they can follow, to establish standards for this public relations practitioners. And one more thing is National Public Relations Day. Okay, April 21st is observed as the National Public Relations Day. So the objective behind this day is to focus attention on public relations function and public relations professionals in India who have an increasingly important role in the development of the country. And there will be usually a specific theme for that Public Relations Day, and they observe that on an yearly basis. Okay, so thank you so much for your time. Thank you.